that is a joy to behold. So on behalf of millions of fans around the world, congratulations, Tim Duncan, 2002-2003 NBA Most Valuable Player.
For the Spurs, who went 60-22 of the regular season, best record in the NBA. A backcourt of Tony Parker and Stephen Jackson, Bruce Bowen, the defensive specialist up front with David Robinson, and Tim Duncan. Marv Albert with Azar, Mike Fratello. We welcome Jeff Van Gundy back to our crew. And our sideline reporter is Craig Sager. Let's go to Craig.
Well, they've been chanting MVP in arenas from Los Angeles to Minneapolis to Orlando all season. When it came down to the voters, they looked to the quiet leadership of Tim Duncan, the best player on the best team. He was honored tonight with his second MVP for his consistency from start to finish. Perhaps the most fundamentally sound player in the league. He does it all. He passes, he rebounds, he blocks, he shoots, and defends. And Marv, although it is not a popularity contest, don't underestimate his conduct on and off the court, as well as his humility that is very popular with those who vote.
All right, Craig, and Phil Jackson is always trying to touch a nerve. He said it's a real impetus to our team for Tim Duncan to take that MVP award. He said, I like that because it gets Shaquille O'Neal going. The officials, Jim Capers, Mike Callahan, and Ed S. Rush, David Robinson, jumping against Shaquille O'Neal. And we're underway as Derek Fisher controls. Evan George right down to Shaquille O'Neal, who spins his way on Robinson, rebounded by Duncan. And here comes Jackson being chased by George. Now Parker. And Jackson telling us he was very concerned about the penetrating ability of Tony Parker. Duncan with the step, gives it up. Robinson with the first bucket of the night.
You see the all-around greatness of Tim Duncan. That time he saw the seam, put his head down, went to the basket. He let Shaquille O'Neal leave his man, and he finds his teammate for the easy score.
Kobe Bryant being played here at the start by Bowen. Jackson. And it's apparently stepped out of bounds.
One of the things that Phil Jackson mentioned is this is a different Spurs team than the one they had beaten the last 2 years because there's much more depth on the bench and much more athleticism to this team.
Robert Horry has not had a good shooting season, although Phil Jackson says he knows he'll step up when the shots are important. Here's O'Neal. And the foul. Crowd was looking for a traveling violation.
And you see San Antonio's defensive strategy early in the game against O'Neal. No double teams. Let Robinson play him by himself. The most difficult thing, though, is to guard him after he misses the shot. Impossible to block him out. And there, a foul drawn, and he's improved his free throw shooting as well.
Back 62% from the line during the season, and 61 in the 6 games against the T-Wolves.
Well, one of the keys for San Antonio will be how many minutes can David Robinson really give him on the floor. They don't expect to get much more than 25 to 30 minutes. That's providing he doesn't get into real early foul trouble guarding Shaq. And we've seen first couple times down, the ball's gone right in the hole to Shaquille O'Neal.
Now Duncan being played by Horry. Rebounded by Fisher. A live TNT NBA Spanish language feed is now available via SAP. Kobe directing traffic. You see Bowen digging in. Back with the rebound and puts it home.
And there's the difficulty when David Robinson leaves O'Neal's body to come and give help on Bryant. It leaves O'Neal free for a second shot. Somebody's got to sink down and get a body on O'Neal.
And that pass got away. Robinson looking for Duncan. David Robinson has gone through another injury hit season. This is his finale. He's in trouble with his right knee. He's had back problems. Missed game 2 in the series against Phoenix because of a cartilage tear in his left knee. So we will see quite a bit of Malik Rose, who's played well against the Lakers. Good ball movement, sets it up for George. Rebounded by Robinson. We are just underway. 2.5 minutes gone by. Duncan going glass.
Mark, you really got excited today in practice when they actually did a shooting drill where they said, glass, you have to make every shot off the glass. You got excited watching that.
I expected to see Sam Jones appear on the court. But yes, the Spurs work it as a regular drill. As O'Neal is able to hit, it counts, and the foul. So Shaq to the line. He's fouled by Jackson, who came over trying to help.
The idea is to try and play him straight up, but get as much help from the outside as possible. There you see Jackson coming back, sinking down low or digging in to try and get some extra help so that Robinson just doesn't get caught straight up one-on-one.
Shaquille O'Neal spent his early years here in San Antonio, attending Cole High School here in the River City. And apparently a lane violation. It was O'Neal on the follow-through.
Yes, you cannot go over the line on the follow-through until the ball touches the rim. They changed that rule now. The shooter out of his hand, hits the rim, then he may come across. Shaq touchdown before they hit.
And Mark Cuban has made that a point of emphasis, trying to get the referees to call that as you see Parker penetrate. And I think it can have an effect psychologically on O'Neal. He has to concentrate on where his feet are.
No question that was the design of Mark Cuban of the Mavericks to point that out. So Shaq has it on his mind, but he's right in terms of the letter of the law, so to speak, because that is the rule. It is Laker ball.
A little zone defense coming on this side out of bounds. Take a look at the San Antonio defense right here.
Fisher played well by Parker. Shot clock running down, and Fisher had to force it.
So it pays off for him. Remember, anytime the ball goes out on the side where it's a 14-second reset on the clock, you don't have as much time to throw as many passes. San Antonio tried it that time. It was very effective.
Here's Duncan on a quick release and comes up empty. So the ball back to the Lakers. This is a Laker team that at one point had a record of 11-19 with many questions being posed. They finished the season going 39-13, turning it from what appeared to be a turbulent year, but were able to straighten out. Robert Horry has given the Lakers a 7-6 lead. Owen loves that right-hand side for the three-point shot. Led the NBA in three-point field goal accuracy.
But even with that, teams don't respect his three-point shot. And you notice Kobe Bryant coming off on every dribble penetration to give help. Bruce Bowen's going to have to be an efficient offensive player in this series to keep Bryant at home.
Parker using the pick from Robinson. Robinson with the rainbow. Robert Horry looks like he had a notion to take it to the rim and then brings it back out. And the Lakers reset. Here's Kobe Bryant trying to shake off Bruce Bowen. Kobe has not shot well this season against the Spurs. O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal powering his way to the basket.
You get me feeling that there was a little something special behind that when he realized that Duncan was on top of him, and he also, I think, remembered the opening ceremony tonight. What do you think?
I think that, and I'd like to get out of the way if I was those two guys right now.
Well, there's no question that Shaq is using that as Duncan comes. C Center in San Antonio, Texas. Jeff is back, although it was touch and go at one point.
I'm honored, really happy to have you back here, by the way. I did miss you.
Thank you. And I think I bloomed without you, but now nice to be back in a supportive role.
What kind of blooming did you do?
Blooming or blossoming or?
Blossoming, both.
I see.
Yes, with the water, yeah. Not you, Marv. I'm talking about
you're looking at me.
I'm talking to you, but I'm looking at Mike. You know?
I think this game is about ready to blossom. Here we go.
Talking with Greg Popovich earlier, he was saying what a huge psychological lift winning game one would be for the Spurs. Duncan, San Antonio has been an excellent road team. In fact, they've won 18 of the last 20. Just under 5 remaining in the first. Here is O'Neal.
And I love this defensive strategy by San Antonio. Don't double and open up the floor for their role players. Make O'Neal shoot time and time again.
And a foul is called. The strip attempted, but Fisher got a piece, and he picks it up.
There's the penetration that you had heard Phil Jackson talk about. Point guard penetration has been a problem for the Lakers. It's tough to find weak areas for San Antonio off the season they had. But the two that really stand out are turnovers and missed free throws. That time Parker going 1 for 2. This year they were 26th in the NBA, shooting just 72% from the foul line.
Tim Jackson with about a half hour to take that shot.
Too much time, actually. Should have just caught and shot, looking at the line. It's not the same rhythm as you get normally.
Bryant, beautiful. Up by 6. Here's O'Neal. That time a good job by Robinson. Claxton reversing himself. Trying to put it high off the glass. Duncan on the follow, yes. And a pass.
Pick and roll, the two-man game. Duncan winds up switching on to Kobe Bryant, and that's the foul, going to the basket.
And that's a huge third foul for Tim Duncan in the last minute and a half of this game. But I think, Mark, you're right about Bryant. He's had some good looks, but I don't think people that play against Bruce Bowen give him the credit. He's not a steal guy. He's a stay in front, contest the shot, don't give you any bailout open shots, and that's what makes him difficult to go against.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half, and the Spurs lead by 4.
You know who really deserves credit on that play, Jeff? The screener set such a good screen on Bowen. He couldn't get over the top. So when he tried to go underneath the screen, couldn't get under it. As a result, Duncan winds up coming over and playing him. And there's the third foul on Duncan. So you got to give the screener some credit for setting a great screen by Robert Horry that time.
Bryant met by the double. Bowen did a nice job, but the Lakers able to score. Mike Callahan blows the whistle. Devin George able to hit on the follow.
And that's what George brings to their team more than a Rick Fox. Offensive rebounding, running the floor athleticism. Maybe not as good as an individual defender or a spot-up shooter, but those are the type of plays George needs to make when teams double team off of him.
Apparently the problem with the clock once again, and they're resetting it.
Yeah, there's Craig's guy over there again. Guy he's sucking up to over there.
Neutral observer.
Yes. Must be from Boston.
Spurs with a 2-point lead. That should have been a double dribble. And that's what the Lakers are saying. He put the ball on the floor. Here's Fisher. Shaq. And Derek says, give me an assist. So here are the Lakers who have been struggling with the shot. Not that San Antonio has been on fire, but they tied the game at 35. And Shaq had a notion to go coast to coast.
Well, he saw his high school coach in the stands and figured he had done it back in the old days. Why not try it again?
And we saw it in the All-Star game. Coming up on 10 seconds remaining in the half. 3-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Here's Bryant. Rose with the rebound. Willis fires from center court and scores!
concerning to San Antonio. 3 for 7 from the free throw line. He's going to have to convert his free throws better.
And Czar for the Lakers, not a happy first half. 9 turnovers along with the poor shooting.
You mentioned 31% shooting for the Lakers, 0 points off their bench. Their leading assist man is Shaquille O'Neal, and they only have 5 free throw attempts for the entire half. They've really struggled at the offensive end.
All right, here's a look at our Home Depot game summary. You see the shooting percentages. Lakers do have the advantage off the boards, led by Shaq with 15 rebounds, along with his 12 points. And the Spurs have done it off the bench. Obviously, the Lakers have not. Let's go to Craig.
Well, so often we talk about Shaq and Kobe and the supporting cast. Well, the supporting cast, Los Angeles Lakers tonight, 4 out of 17, according to Laker coaching staff. That is not going to do it. They're not happy with the role players, the supporting cast. They're going off the dribble and taking support shots. They need better ball movement. Defensively, they're happy with the job they did on Duncan and Robinson, but they said they got to get the ball down low to Shaq, and if he wants to take over and dominate, fine. Otherwise, give it to Kobe.
All right, Craig, San Antonio ball as this third quarter gets underway. Duncan with Robinson and Bowen up front. Parker and Jackson in the backcourt. Here's Duncan backing. Sets it up for Jackson for 3. And another rebound for O'Neal.
Those 3 players Mike was talking about earlier, Jackson, Ginobili, and Bowen 0 for 11 now. That's not good enough either.
Here is Kobe Bryant.
We have seen that happen more than just once or twice. The quick, sudden screen, and the defender has no chance of getting over. That's Ori setting the screen again.
Kobe is now 7 of 20 from the field. Parker with a nice move and goes to the teardrop. Bowen and Robinson. Bowen had an opportunity, but his tip went wide, and then Robinson put it home.
Bob, you mentioned the teardrop by Tony Parker. That's something that the assistant coaches started working on with him halfway during the season. Prior to the games, they had him coming down the lane, taking off inside the foul line, working on that little teardrop. We've seen him use it effectively in games.
And pass for O'Neal, broken up. Been a very difficult matchup for Robert Horry. Tim Duncan using his length. He now has 17. The Spurs lead by 5. Here is Bryant, changed his mind. 2 minutes gone by in the third. Kobe Bryant once again, so he has 18.
The triangle offense at its best. Yeah, get it to Kobe. Shoot that jumper and make it, Kobe.
Triangulate. Give it to Kobe and get out of his way.
But see, he's not having to guard down at this end. He can just roam, save his energy, help out. Those perimeter players like Bruce Bowen are going to have to make shots.
That time Duncan double teamed and forced it up with the shot clock running down. To his left, so he's hit his last 3, and the Lakers are within 1.
Seems like Kobe, and it's because Bowen really fights you out there. He labors right now to try and get that space just enough to get a look at the basket, and that's a credit to Bowen's defense working on it.
And Bowen comes back with the 3-point shot. Bowen's first field goal. Spurs 45 and the Lakers 41. Robert Horry not looking for his shot. Bryant forced it. It's a 4-on-2. Duncan, another beautiful pass from Jackson.
O'Neal and Bryant, and so I think San Antonio, as Bowen knocks another 3 down, they are playing
right now because he can match up with Horry.
But Kobe comes right back against Ginobili.
Right, they switched on the sideline, or on the baseline.
A little stop you J-like by Kobe Bryant.
Kobe with 24 points. Has not shot well. Only 11 of 28 from the field. Lakers just 34%. Spurs at 36.
I would have to say that Kobe's worked very hard to try and get his field goal attempts last night. This has not been easy, and that's because of the pressure that the Spurs have put on him.
Ginobili with the steal. Ginobili able to split through, and he's fouled. Look out. Oh, Devin George went down, and he's hurt. Which is the last thing the Lakers want to see. They are without Rick Fox, out for the rest of the playoffs because of a torn tendon in his left foot. And as you can see, Devin George in a great deal of pain as the Laker trainer Gary Vitti is out to take a look. A nice reaction from this crowd here in San Antonio as they applaud the efforts of George. Ginobili will go to the line, and Phil Jackson with Mark Matson. Kobe Bryant now at the forwards. Brian Shaw, Derek Fisher in the backcourt with Shaq at center. For more of that, let's go to Craig Sager. Craig?
Well, Marv, as you mentioned, the players helped Devin George off the court. When he got back in the back room, they had a wheelchair waiting for him. They put him in the wheelchair. They wheeled him into the locker room. They'll examine the foot, the ankle, and then also take x-rays here in the building.
A foul called on Claxton. That's his second. It is a 10-point San Antonio lead. Derek Fisher to the line. We're just getting started here in the fourth quarter.
Well, what this injury does, the fact that Fox is out, now you have George out, puts Kobe Bryant at the small forward position. Shaw comes in at the two-guard spot. And in talking to Phil Jackson prior to the game, they actually had used this during the course of this season. Skip a year, go back 2 seasons past. He had done it back then, played Kobe as a small forward. In fact, so if they had another two-guard that was a regular starter for him, they'd play Kobe as a starting small forward. Now it'll be interesting to see with Kobe out there trying to get himself going, and the best defender sitting on the bench, will in fact Kobe get going.
Once again, Jackson not able to hit. He thought he was fouled. Jackson is 0 for 6 from the field. We touched on it earlier last season in the playoffs between these two clubs. The Spurs led the Lakers in the fourth quarter of all 5 games, but won only 1. And a foul, offensive foul. That's 3 on O'Neal.
Shaq comes up with a terrific offensive second shot opportunity, but then by taking that step into Rose, Rose does a pretty good job of acting right there, picking up the offensive foul.
To me, Shaquille O'Neal is the most difficult guy to referee in this league because you could call his contact displacement almost on every possession, and that wouldn't be fair to him.
Claxton is open.
Yes.
San Antonio back to a 10-point lead. For the series last year in the postseason, San Antonio shot a combined 33% against the Lakers in the fourth quarter. Here's Shaw. Brian Shaw, such a valuable player come playoff time as we have seen the last 3 years.
How many times do you remember Shaw coming up with a big basket for Phil Jackson's team when they need him?
He has been playing more minutes since the injury suffered by Fox. Oh, Ginobili with a reverse swing. Shaquille O'Neal as Malik Rose felt the contact. You guys get the feeling we are seeing very early stages of what is to come in the career of Manu Ginobili?
Well, I think so, and I think what I like about him is he's fearless. I mean, the game is not too big for him. A lot of players in this league, when the games get more important, it gets too big for certain guys.
You'll see this one that brought the crowd to its feet here. When Duncan gives a little handoff, he comes up on the other side. Remember, he is a left-hander, so it's easy for him to finish that way. It's easy for me to say that it's easy for him to finish that way.
And we might have to have a revote on that Lamisil footwork Well, that could have been a little bit too early, but again, free throw shooting right now, so critical.
Well, the Spurs now 9 of 19. Ginobili just 3 of 7 at the line. Ginobili was slowed when he first reported to the Spurs following the World Championships in Indianapolis. He had suffered a sprained ankle, so he really did not get into it at first. Here's Bryant. Kobe has 26 points. That was shot number 30. And we still have better than 9 minutes remaining in the game. Kobe's 12 for 30 from the field. Brown wants Duncan to take it at Matson.
And we know that the Lakers normally are reluctant to double team. That time they came to force Duncan to turn away towards the baseline.
And they're going to double off Claxton, so either he's going to have to make shots or they're going to have to get somebody in there who can.
O'Neal, nice pass. Shaq was doubled. He fouled Matson. So the Spurs now lead 67-62.
I thought he was coming with the sweeping hook move, and then he dropped it off at the last second.
Ginobili with 8 of the Spurs' last 10 points. Ginobili rebounded by Shaw, and the Lakers in the midst of a run. They're within 5. Now Duncan defending on O'Neal, who goes glass against Tim Duncan. The Los Angeles Lakers within 3 points. Just under 8 to go in the 4th. Duncan with a strong shot, rebounded by O'Neal. That's 21 rebounds for Shaq. The Lakers have trailed by as many as 11 and have not played well, but here they are, down by only 3.
How come when you do around the league and you throw those little tidbits out, Jeff and I never get a chance to inject our opinions on certain things, our feelings? You kind of like take that over as your thing.
Now, you've mentioned this before.
So obviously.
And it is by design.
And I don't want to be lumped into his complaints, Marv. I think you're doing a great job with the play.
3 on the shot clock. O'Neal. Buffon just wants to keep talking. That's why, although we wanted to see you back, he was so happy when he had all that extra mic time.
I heard.
Oh, nice move by Parker. And the Spurs now lead 69-66.
And Greg Popovich made a strong point that it couldn't just be Tim Duncan. They had to play basketball tonight and try to create offense, not just rely on Duncan.
Shaquille O'Neal with 24 points. And the Lakers, who have had their shooting problems, turning it here in the 4th quarter. They now have hit 7 of their last 9 shots.
Well, I know you weren't looking, but Shaq just sent the message to you as you went down the floor. He said, "End 1." He just wanted to remind you that it was end 1 on the last basket.
And we saw Shaquille last night when we checked into the hotel, and I wished him good luck, and he said, "I don't need good luck. I just need a few calls."
Bryant to the fadeaway. Rebounded by Robinson.
You know, they said, well, he looked much smaller up close. No, he did not.
Ginobili for 3.
Yes.
He is a very cool customer. He has played in a number of big games overseas. And as you mentioned, Jeff, this playoff series has had no effect at all on him. 15 points for Ginobili. 14 in the second half. That will count, and the foul.
And the only way that Bryant's gotten good looks against Bruce Bowen is off the pick and roll, where he can get rid of Bowen, up on him, get some space. There he takes it to the basket and hits a great running hook shot over both Duncan and Robinson.
And Bowen tried to go underneath the screen that time. They trailed them like by half a man. That gave Kobe the opportunity to turn the corner.
Foul on Duncan is 4th. Bryant to the line only once before this and hit the free throw. Three-point play for Kobe. And the Lakers are within one.
Well, Popovich is telling us now Jackson, because of his 0 for 6 shooting, is on the bench. Nobody stays in his two-guard spot. Bowen stays in to defend Kobe.
Parker not able to hit. Ginobili with the rebound. Well, Phil Jackson telling us earlier, that's the guy the Lakers fear. And he was correct. Ginobili has been the star for the Spurs in the second half. Shaw able to handle that missed shot from Duncan. Ginobili knocked it away from Bryant. Here's Bowen. San Antonio up by 3. Here's Shaw looking to tie. Parker on the loose ball. Just under 5 remaining in the fourth quarter. Parker with a hesitation move, and he is fouled. Shaquille O'Neal on both. And the Spurs lead 77-71. San Antonio has led by as many as 11. The Lakers getting back into it here in the fourth quarter, but Shaquille O'Neal is now playing with 5 fouls. Shot clock down to 7. Bryant rebounded by Robinson. Just under 4 minutes remaining in the fourth. Duncan draws the double, and then the pass got away. So the Lakers get it back.
From my angle, I did not see the defensive player grab Duncan's wrist, but it's hard to believe that Duncan would make that bad of a pass.
But I like the idea by Duncan to trust his teammates. The double team comes, hit it out to the open man, trust him to make the shot or make the right play.
Ball back in the hands of Bryant, and a foul called. As Bowen and Ori get involved, foul is called on Bowen.
Bowen can get under your skin. He's grabbing, he's tugging, he's reaching all the time. And there he tries to push Ori away. Ori comes up with the arm to free himself. That's where the foul is called.
O'Neal. Loose ball foul. And that is number 6 on Shaquille O'Neal. From this crowd, he had fouled off during the regular season only 5 times.
Just a little shove right there. That's where it's called, as the ball hits on the rim. A little bit of mistiming as far as the jump was going, but a little shove, that's where the foul is called.
The Lakers are over the limit. Robinson to the line. We're down to 3:26 remaining in the fourth quarter. And apparently Phil Jackson had something to say to Jim Capers.
You get 30 seconds after a person fouls out to insert someone. And I think Phil was just waiting for the official to have to come over there so he could get a chance to get him a shot.
And he said to the official, that's exactly right, Jeff. He said to him, from across there, I could see him say, I've got 30 seconds. The official said, you're going to put somebody in. He said, I've got 30 seconds. And then he went down and told Samaki to report in.
Now, it's critical right now for San Antonio not to think this game is over. Kobe Bryant, if you let down in your individual or team defense, can bring you right back into it very quickly.
San Antonio with an 8-point lead. Here is Bryant. Yes. So the Spurs lead by 6.
We hope you would relish this opportunity to try and turn this thing around, knowing that they're so short-handed that it would fall on his shoulders to try and do something. He needs the rest of his guys to lock in on defense, secure a rebound, and give him a chance to knock him.
Robinson able to get in deep on Samaki Walker. Extends to an 81-73 lead. It's been a solid performance for Robinson. Here's Walker. Horry with the rebound. And here's Fisher for three. Derek Fisher from downtown as Robert Horry was complaining to the baseline officials.
I thought Chicago may have been running out of gas, Marv. That may have been it for them because they had really used up a lot of energy, a lot of gas in that series. And a second shot opportunity. Grant got the rebound, threw it back out. Paxson hits the jumper to win it.
6-point San Antonio lead as we come up on 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's all Kobe for the Lakers. Robert Horry for three.
But Marv, I like that strategy. Do not let Kobe Bryant beat you. Trap him. Make it go to Horry. Make him make shots or the other players.
San Antonio can hold on to the ball, use the clock. Down to 6 on the 24, and Duncan got rocked, so he'll head back to the line. Season is tonight's Gatorade peak performer. Outstanding all-around game for the MVP. And he's also hit 5 of 6 from the line in the fourth quarter.
And the last one, he got a little more arc on it. He's got it up a little bit into the air over the front of the rim. It was a better looking shot that time.
Here's Bryant for three. Kobe Bryant from downtown with a minute and 25 remaining in the fourth. Robinson is fouled by Walker, but it stops the clock.
But Jeff, on that last pick and roll out there, what San Antonio did is they got out hard and showed, but then they went back again. They never trapped him to make Kobe give up the ball.
And again, I think, especially with O'Neal out of the game, you've got to trap him. Again, make the ball go to Shaw, Fisher, Horry, and Samaki Walker. Make them make shots.
Robinson only a 71% free throw shooter this season, 2 for 3 tonight. Spurs 85, Lakers 79. Here's pressure being shown by San Antonio with 1:15 remaining. Fisher looking for Bryant. Kobe shakes off ball, shoots the three, and hits again! 85-82. It's a 3-point game. That's his third from downtown. A minute remaining in the fourth.
Get a defensive stop without fouling. That's the key. And there's the offensive foul to give him the possession back again. Jeff, I thought you were almost about ready to say, no, don't shoot this one, Kobe, but maybe you weren't, because Kobe knew he had it all the way.
And even though this is an offensive foul, the pick and roll right there, it's an obvious call right there. The pick and roll is getting Bryant the shot. It has to be trapped to get it out of his hands.
Well, you called it, Jeff. You said that if we give him a chance, he is going to take the opportunity and seize the moment. We see him hit the first three-pointer, and then, again, off the pick-and-roll situation, the second three-pointer for Kobe to bring him right back here. 85-82, favor the Spurs.
Lakers, 1 timeout left. Spurs 2 and a 20. Down to 55.4 remaining in this fourth quarter of Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinal series between the Lakers and the Spurs. Brian Shaw, Robert Horry, Kobe Bryant in three-point territory, almost dribbled off the head of Horry. Here's Bryant for three, and a foul is called.
No. I think he stepped on the line out of bounds. I think when he shot the jump shot, Marv, he stepped on the sideline. Here comes Kobe. He gets down the sideline, and the official calls him stepping back with the right foot on the line.
So the ball back to San Antonio with a half minute remaining in the fourth. Spurs up by 3. Duncan's pass, try to lead Robinson. but he threw it away, went too far.
And Marv, that's one of their favorite need plays. It has been since those two have played together. Robinson was wide open, just a very poor pass by Duncan.
San Antonio has a foul to give. Lakers with the ball, trailing by 3.
But you know they're going to wind up shooting a 3.
Here it is. Rebounded by Robinson. Oh, he got hit by Ori twice, and then Duncan shoved Ori. Things getting very physical. Ori swiping at Robinson, and then connected in the midsection. And let's see how the officials sort this one out.
Well, because they had let the clock run down, Kobe has to shoot the 3 at that particular time. And then as they're going for the loose ball, you see him swiping for it. And I think Ori it's a second swipe at it by Ori that hits Robinson in the midsection. There's 1 and 2.
A technical foul on Robert Ori. And a personal foul on Samaki Walker.
Mark, I disagree with Kobe Bryant right there. I think he should have taken it to the basket. San Antonio is a horrible free throw shooting team. Take the quick 2, cut it to 1, and then force San Antonio to make 2 free throws.
But because, Jeff, he had let so much time run down, that's why I said, you know what he's going to do, elevate and shoot a 3. He had predetermined at that point he was going for the 3.
But as you see here, Mike, there's 9.9 left, and that's after the rebound sequence. So I think he should have, Bowen was really pushing up on him. I think he would have been able to get to the rim.
And if he turns the corner, who knows, somebody may leave their man, come to stop him, then he kicks it out to the next open guy.
Tim Duncan, who got involved here. Although actually just a light push, and the official step between. Timeout call by the Lakers, 8.9 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Spurs lead 87-82. The Lakers using the final.
The Lakers. And Marv, when George went down with the injury, the Lakers were charged with 2 timeouts, a 20 and a full. That's going to come back and really hurt them right now. If they would have just taken the full to start, they would have saved their 20, and they could have advanced it if they forced San Antonio to shoot more free throws.
Brian Shaw will put it in play. Ginobili on the inbounds. Ori returns. Shaw shoots the 3, got tipped short, and that was it. The San Antonio Spurs have taken game 1 of this best-of-7. Telling us earlier this was huge for the Spurs. They needed a victory here in game 1, in particular when you look back at the playoff history between the Spurs and the Lakers. Shaquille O'Neal fouls out the playoff game for the first time ever. Kobe Bryant nearly single-handedly led the Lakers back with 38 shots, 16 of 38, 37 points. But it was Tim Duncan, the MVP, who had another solid performance, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and hit his free throws in the fourth quarter. Let's go to Craig with Tim Duncan.
Well, Tim, congratulations on winning the MVP and also not having your night ruined here tonight. What was the difference in tonight's game?
I thought defensively we were solid the whole way through. They hit some shots late to get back in it, but I thought we were just great on the defensive end.
A year ago, you had the lead 5 times the fourth quarter, only won 1. What was the difference this year?
Making free throws down the stretch, and we got a lot of different guys that can put the ball in the hole, so it's a little different team.